Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Cardi B, you are busy crashing out on Twitter. You going in on Joe Budden. You going in on a civilian named Paris. You're doing all this stuff. But what I really want to know is, what is Cardi B doing body shaming anybody? And is it me? What is the braids? I truly don't understand. Where do I want to start, right? So Cardi B got into it with Joe Budden. It was a Twitter Spaces, and I'm not going to lie, it was a key. Joe Budden was a listener, and basically on Joe Budden's podcast, he had been like, yo, Cardi ain't never putting out another album. She gonna be a feature artist. I have it on good word. And so anyway, one of his co-hosts was like, yo, I know people in Atlanta, and I think you're right about this. Cardi ain't never putting out an album. Now, mind you, Cardi put out an album 6, 7, 8 years ago, but it doesn't matter. She's had a lot of singles. You know her name stays in the street. Cardi's very talented, right? But for some reason, when you talk about that album, it just gets under her skin, all right? So they had that. Now, listen, I don't listen to Joe Budden's podcast all the time, but whenever he does talk about Cardi, he's always very like, yo, she's great. Can't wait for the album. He's always, it seems like, speaking good about her. Now, Joe Budden's job, if you don't know, is to critique music, to critique everything about the music industry, from people's image to their collabs, to the way their albums sound, the way they perform, and also the rate, like, that's his job. Okay. Just like my job is to sit here and talk trash on YouTube. I hope I'm doing it well. But that's Joe Biden's job. Joe Biden. That's Joe Budden's job. So Cardi went in there basically screaming on the Twitter Spaces while Joe was a listener. Come on, you keep my name out your mouth. You keep my name out your mouth. You'll never got nothing nice to say about me. And I said, is it me? Because I always hear Joe Budden saying really nice things about Cardi. But again, maybe she knows something I don't. Okay. So then Joe Budden went into the Twitter space and someone's like, yo, it's like, it was an hour Twitter space. Then she said, the girl that sued Tasha K for making up stuff said that she saw Joe in the club, using high off of Coca-Cola so bad he could smell the Coca-Cola on Joe's breath. And I said, okay, pause. I mean, y'all know I don't be in the streets like that. I just be observant, but I don't be in the streets like that. And I said, you can smell people with Coca-Cola? Is that why they always got the police dogs at the airport? I literally paused and said, huh? Then she said she gave him a lap dance, right? While he was high on Coca-Cola. To which I said, is that supposed to be a flex? Like, I'm confused because you sound real dizzy. This is what you had to do for a living? Give people lap dances while they were on Coca-Cola? I guess, right? So you know me, I'm flying over to Joe Budden's thing because he's in the Twitter spaces listening, didn't say anything, just listening. And that's when I was like, Cardi really needs to slow down, because I know she thinks she don't need Joe, but when a Virgo just starts being quiet and listening, that's never a good thing. If anything, you want Virgos always reacting, always arguing. When they're quiet and they listen, baby, it is never a good thing. So she's going in, this and that, keep my name out your mouth. You're telling one of the biggest platforms, a podcast for music, black music, urban music, whatever you want to call it, Cardi's demographic, you're telling him to keep the name out of his mouth. Do you understand what you're asking for? Right? So Joe Budden popped up and he was like, yo, first of all, I never did Coca-Cola. And I said, Joe, I get it. Semantics, right? You never did Coca-Cola, but you might have did Fanta. You never did Coke, but you might have did Pepsi. I said, okay, fine, whatever, right? Let this man have his dignity. However, it popped in my head, but didn't you sue Tasha K over this, right? And then she was like, yo. And so then he was like, and also, I never got a lap dance from you. So then Cardi jumps back later, and after everybody heard her say that in spaces, was like, I never said that. What are you talking about? And tries to gaslight everybody. I said, okay, this is getting weird. And then he gave her the Virgo kiss of death. He said, and you know what? I will never talk about this woman again, ever, for any reason on my show. And I said, what is going on? Again, it's Cardi's life. She can do what she wants. Can somebody let me know if she's pregnant or not? I still haven't gotten confirmation if she's pregnant. If she is, we will stop talking about her because she should have her pregnancy in peace. But is she? But here's the thing. Cardi got with the Kardashians, and I'm not saying she's working with them, but she seems to have adopted their model of, you know what? We don't really need to, we can, like, Cardi is a star. She is a personality, but also her album is coming out. I believe her album's coming out. And I think that she is doing this to drum interest. Now, Joe Budden on his set shows it what a lot of us were thinking. Remember when Cardi and Offset were arguing back in December? And then he dropped his track a week later. And everybody said y'all was literally arguing just to get like all eyes on you and all attention on you. Cardi came back and said, no, ninja, that ain't what it is. Don't you understand that's not my boyfriend, this and that. That's my husband. I said, that's your husband. You just told us that y'all wasn't together, but I guess it's her husband now, right? And but her business, I'll talk about that in a different video because that's even funnier. But Cardi literally after that was like, tried to gaslight us all and be like, no, we was going through something. That's why I spazzed out. And see, here's the thing, right? And Cardi can do what she wants, but let me just give my opinion on this. One, you actually need Joe Biden talking about you. You really, honestly do need him talking about you. Now, I'm not saying that Cardi is Cardi got a lot of fans, Cardi talks, but in this day and age when the rap field is so crowded, especially for women, you actually need that exposure. You need people to be paying attention. You need Joe Budden. But even if you don't think you need him, okay, at the end of the day, how are you telling one of the biggest music platforms and music critics to keep your name? How does that benefit you? Again, it's like Cardi is still on the same 2016, what do you call it? Like media blitz. See, back then, any attention was good attention because not that many people went viral. So if you went viral, whether it was for good, bad, cursing someone out, not, it was always a good thing. But things have changed. And now that anyone can go viral because of social media. I mean, I haven't gone viral. So, I mean, I guess you got to have something special. But the average person, if they put out something interesting, can go viral. Someone going out there and just making a spectacle of themselves just to get eyes, it just doesn't hit the same. It doesn't work the same. Look at Kanye West. He made a whole career out of going viral. Say it's prerogative. It gets people going. And look what's happening. It's all that stuff, but nobody really gets. I feel like now whenever Cardi is searching for a viral moment, and again, this ain't no shade to anybody. It's all marketing. Everybody has to market in their own way. This is all marketing, right? But when this comes out, I just don't, you know what? It's not my career. It's not whatever. But this whole thing about Cardi, like cursing people out, don't talk about me, this and that, her going in, cursing her fans out. Again, I don't know. I don't know because I'll just tell y'all, if this was 2016, 2017, she would be having a lot more front page and she should be having a lot more reaction than she is now. But again, I'm not saying that. I am saying this was staged. I'm saying it's just like engagement. And that thing about her telling Joe Budden to keep her name out of his name. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was the right move. But anyway, what y'all think? Do you think that Cardi had a thing? Again, I don't watch Joe Budden's podcast enough. Maybe he do be going in on her, but I don't understand that someone that chooses to live a public life and chooses to share the most intimate details of their life with the public, how you get mad that now the public is weighing in? Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.